I'm pleased, the National Chief and I have discussed this, I'm pleased to announce that I will host early in the new year a joint federal, provincial, territorial First Ministers meeting with First Nations. And you will set the agenda. I'm sure that coordination and solutions on water will be one of the main items. I also can confirm that under the leadership of the Minister of Indigenous Services, this government intends to introduce water legislation in the spring of 2026. We will complete the crucial work as well, led by the Minister of Indigenous Services, to reform child and family services.
We're supposed to clap.
This will help ensure the First Nations children grow up safe, secure, deeply connected to their families, their culture, their language. Our approach to child welfare will be First Nations-led, community-led, and it will be supported by significant additional funding. Now let me move towards a conclusion. That's a euphemism. I'm not quite ready to conclude, but I'm moving towards. Because I want to say a few words about a fundamental issue in relationships, which is trust. Because building together, you can only build together with trust. And I recognize that trust is never a given. It can only be earned, and it's earned through sustained action over time. Trust grows through partnership.
Yeah, so that's Mark Carney addressing the Assembly of First Nations, the AFN. And you know what the funny part of this is? This is what Justin Trudeau did for so many years. Justin Trudeau was like, when it came to politics, when it came to giving political speeches and actually doing political things, Justin Trudeau was the final boss. Like the way Trudeau used to speak at these things versus Mark Carney, I don't even think there's a comparison. Mark Carney has so much work to do to get to the level of manipulation and gaslighting that Justin Trudeau did. But Trudeau for 10 years kept promising First Nations these things. And apparently he must have been so good at his job that people kept voting him in, even though he would betray his own words. He promised First Nations clean drinking water. Can you believe this? When you go fill up your water bottle, your bouteille d'eau, juice box water bottle thingy, as Trudeau like to put it, in your house, can you take the lid off, you go put it under the tap. Chances are, if you're watching this, the water comes out like this, clear, right? Nice drinkable water. You can drink it, no problem. That's not the case for a lot of people in Canada. A lot of people that live in remote communities, usually it's First Nations, because the infrastructure just isn't there to support the water and the roads and everything. And this is something that has been addressed by liberals time and time and time and time and time and time and time. I'm trying to get to 10 and time and time and time and time again. Trudeau promised it for 10 years. We're going to give you clean drinking water. We're going to upgrade your roads. We're going to give you all this and that. And you know how many people he gave clean drinking water to in Canada? I don't think any. Maybe there was few, but he didn't really do it because there's still so many people today that live in Canada that don't have clean drinking water. That's fucking crazy. We know that happens in Africa, and you see infomercials about it your entire life. But in Canada? So people have to go and buy the pallets of water. They have to go buy bottled water already. They can't drink their water. They can maybe do their dishes. They can maybe have a shower, but it's not potable water. You can't drink it. That's crazy to me. So at what point are you going to keep voting for the same thing with the same promises and get given the same lies and then realize that maybe it's not the party that's the problem. It's actually you who keeps voting for the same shit. That's the problem. You know, like it's just weird to me. Politics is so weird. You can get betrayed and betrayed and betrayed, and all of a sudden somebody new comes in with the same party, with the same ideologies, the same pillars, the same values, everything, and you think that it's different, but you're still gonna get betrayed. And when you eventually get betrayed, you're gonna blame others except yourself. There's no accountability in voting. There's no accountability in politics. Yeah, politicians are scummy. Politicians are gross. Absolutely. They promise things that they never actually deliver. We know this. But at what point are we gonna start taking accountability for the people that we vote for? That is a discussion that I think just gets swept under the rug. But that's part of the problem, right? That's the industrial complex. That's the CBC, the CTV, all of these things. They attack oppositions. They attack minority political groups. They attack you for having different views and what they want the narrative to be. And unless you're a part of the big elite club, then you're the problem. But if you vote for them, then you're not the problem. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of gaslighting that goes on in politics. But anyways, I'd like to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think Carney's going to provide clean drinking water to the natives? Or do you think that it's going to be a repetition of what Justin Trudeau did? Or I guess didn't do? Let me know what you guys think down below.